Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. Today's recipe, we're making something really healthy for you. You know, the weather's changed a bit and I think it's time for soup. So we're gonna make a green vegetable chicken soup from scratch with tons of herbs and some onion and some other things I'll get into in just a minute. But I think you guys are gonna love this, and it is very versatile. You can add or take out vegetables that you like or don't like. So it's really an easy recipe to make. I'm Rockin' Robin, and I'm gonna show you how to make it right after this. So let's get into our ingredients. First off, we have our chicken. Now, if you see here on the plate, you'll notice that I have some boneless, skinless chicken thighs. And I also have a carcass of a chicken that from a previous meal that we had. I save it and I put it in the freezer. And then when it comes time to make soup or just some broth, I have my bones ready to go and I can just pop them right in the pot. If you're gonna use boneless, skinless chicken thighs, then you're gonna have to add some chicken bones to it, because it makes such a huge difference in the flavor of your soup. Otherwise, you can buy your thighs with the bone in it and there'll be skin on it, but just make sure you remove the skin. Now, for our greens, we talked about how many greens are in this. We've got spinach, a whole bunch of spinach, some fresh basil, I have some Italian parsley, some celery, green onions, some baby bok choy, yellow onion, minced garlic, some fire roasted tomatoes, some garlic powder, and some salt. Take a large stock pot and add 16 to 18 ounces of water and add your chicken and bones to the pot and add a little bit of salt. Place a lid on the pot, bring it to a boil, and simmer for 40 minutes. While the chicken is boiling away over there, we're gonna prep up the rest of our vegetables. So I got my green onions, I rinsed them. I'm gonna cut off the tips and cut them just small enough so they can go into a food processor. So I'm gonna place the green onions into the food processor. I'm going to do the same kind of chopping with the celery. I'm going to get it fairly small, and we'll place the celery into the food processor with the green onions. So we're going to be cutting or processing our green vegetables in batches because we have too many of them to do all at once. Next up is our baby bok choy. I'm going to cut off the end of it, and then that way every piece comes apart. I'm going to give this a rinse. Then we'll chop up the bok choy. You use the whole thing. I'll chop it up just like I did with the celery. Then we'll place some of that bok choy into the food processor and blend this up. Then I'm going to pour all the onions and mixture here into a big bowl, and we'll place, have it all in the big bowl, so it's ready to go into our soup when our soup is ready. So I'm going to continue to process, the spinach and the basil and the parsley and even the onions for our soup. So these are our greens, all of them that are going to go into our soup. Quite a few, don't you think? The chicken's been cooking now for about 35 minutes and it's done. I'm going to take it out. Here are the bones, the carcass. Get that out of there. We're going to take everything out. I'm going to let it cool because I'm going to shred this after it cools. So now I've still got my stock here boiling. I'm going to add all the other ingredients to the pot. So in go those onions. Next goes all of our greens. Next goes our minced garlic and the diced fire roasted tomatoes. We're going to toss that in. Now I'm going to let this cook anywhere from 1 to 2 hours. I actually found that shredding the chicken with my hands was much easier than using the fork. You might want to try that, just make sure your hands are clean. And the other advantage to using your hands is when you come across a piece of fat or grizzle, you can feel it and you can take it out. So I'm going to go ahead and toss this in my soup. Lastly, you'll add some salt, about a teaspoon, and some garlic powder. All right, soup's done. Let me serve some up. That is piping hot. And let's do a little taste test. This is a delicious soup, guys, very healthy for you and very versatile. You can put, any vegetables that you'd like in there. Anything will work. So I hope you guys will give this a try. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, by golly, click that subscribe button and you'll be notified when new videos come out. And leave me a comment. And if you really want to do me a favor, share the video on social media. It really helps me out. Thanks again, everybody. We'll see you next time.